What's up, fellow YouTubers? Got another video for you of my African cichlid tank. Hope you enjoyed that djembe intro music. Pretty sweet. Give it that tribal feel to the video. Anyway, in this video I'd like to focus on where I got, primarily where I got most of my fish, and how I learned about selecting fish and what fish are okay to go together, how to pick a real nice specimen, and primarily who's hooked me up with the majority of what you see in this tank right now. Just as a quick update as well, I've got two new fish in here from my last video. I actually went on Saturday, picked up a couple fish. Here's one right here, the red cap lethrinops. That dude is sweet. And then also this Malawi thick lip. Homeboy's just about 6 inches. Real nice specimens. So I got to give some serious props to a guy who's really helped me out in getting my fish tank to look this way. And that's Connor over at Live Fish Direct. Dude, you totally rock. You've done such a terrific job. I totally love the customer support, the service, all of the teaching that I've gotten from you. And you always make it fun and enjoyable to go into the shop on Saturday and check things out and talk about fish. And I've learned so much from you, and my tank looks the way it does because of you. So serious props. Connor over at Live Fish Direct. Let me share with you a little bit about that store. Back in October of 2013 is when I got this tank. At the time, I knew nothing about African cichlids. I never heard of a cichlid before. I didn't know. I never really seen this fish before. The only thing I really knew about was a little bit of saltwater stuff because my dad had a tank when I was a kid. And then just like little freshwater fish like tetras and things, because those are pretty popular and you see those everywhere. But African cichlids, I never heard of those before, never really seen them before. And so when I picked up this tank, and actually let me share with you a little bit about where I got this tank. I found it on KSL.com. They have classified ads here in Salt Lake City, and it's a huge online resource for purchasing or selling new and used products. So that's a great site. And I found the guy selling this tank, and came with the tank, 125 gallon, came with the substrate. It's about 3 inches of substrate across the entire bottom. This is cichlid sand. It's the black and white speckled sand. Came with the lace rock, I would guess around 150 pounds of lace rock. Came with the 2x4 stand, came with some lighting, came with some glass lids, came with some heaters and the filtration system. It's the AquaTop 500 UV series. He also sent in, included in the package, about 25 fish. And some of those I've pulled from the tank. Some of those are some of the stars of the tank. But yeah, so I got the tank hooked up. So when I purchased this, I knew nothing about it and had to kind of do a little crash course. Did a lot of reading on the internet. I purchased a couple books. And the first week that I had the tank, I found Live Fish Direct through my internet searches and thought, oh wow, looks like they do a lot of fish sales. So I found their address, and they're actually located just 20 minutes from where I live. So that's super convenient. And I work just right down the street from them. So on a lunch break, I ran over to their shop. It was probably a Tuesday or Wednesday. And when I arrived, the door on the sign on the door said, they're only open to the public on Saturdays. But I saw some folks in there and the door was open, just kind of walked right in, and was greeted by a guy, I think his name was Josh, and really cool guy. He showed me around the store, even though it was closed. He let me look at all the fish. He answered questions that I had. He was ready to sell me some fish, of course, and let me know that I could come by and pick what I wanted. I could purchase things online, hand pick them in their store, or just come in on Saturday and get some fish. And shared with me a little bit about African cichlids and what I had gotten myself into. And it was really exciting time. And I just wanted to make sure my tank was stable and that I could figure things out before I started adding fish. But it was that very next Saturday that I came back and bought a couple fish and was really excited about things. And then the week after that, I was there and I met this guy named Connor. And Connor knew so much about the fish. He knew all of the scientific names as well as the trade names. He was terrific at catching fish. He even caught some fish just by hand, just reaching in a tank. He does great at showing fish. Most of their tanks are the same size and just stacked up about 5 tanks high, just in aisles. And none of them are really lit, just from the ambient lighting. So oftentimes the fish will hide in the back of the tank where it's darker, and he'll just reach his hand in, and whatever is the nicest fish in that tank at the time, he'll just present them at the front of the tank and let you see them. And he's just amazing with those fish. And so we basically went back just about every Saturday since then, and hung out. Sometimes we were there and didn't buy fish because we already had everything that they had in stock. But usually it was hard to leave the store without a fish in a bag. And so Connor, thank you so much. Check this out. This tank is looking tight. And I would say over half of these fish have been hand-picked, hand-selected by Connor, the best specimen in the tank at the time. And he's really done me right. So thank you so much. Now, because of that, in these experiences that I've had with Connor, I know a lot more about these fish. I'm taking it much more seriously. I know a lot of their scientific names. I'm learning where in the different lakes these fish come from. I'm learning about what they look like when they're young, what they look like when they're mature, how to sex fish, how to determine if it's a male or female, what traits or qualities to look for, what to expect when a fish becomes full grown as far as size, body type, coloration, patterns, their levels of aggression. And so it's really been terrific working with Connor, and I would say a lot of what I know about these fish right now came from my interactions with him on Saturdays. Now, unfortunately, Connor is no longer there on Saturdays. Something about school, I don't know, having to do homework or something. But I was there last Saturday and he was there and we were able to hang out and chat. But yeah, dude, that is terrific that you're doing school. You have some high aspirations and hopes getting to the doctoral level. That's wonderful. I could totally respect what you're doing. For myself, I used to go to Salt Lake Community College doing 18 credit hours a term, working full-time, married, little kids, and so I definitely know how that goes. And I'm not sure if you knew this, but I do have my doctorate degree in marriage and family therapy, and I'm a faculty member as well as administrator at a local university where I teach in a marriage and family therapy master's program, and will be the program director and chair of a local doctoral program in marriage and family therapy starting this fall. So props to you, man, for being willing to do some education and to see things through to the end, get an advanced degree, and make some pretty cool career choices and having some fun with it. So thank you so much. You, while you're still around, man, I hope to be able to still get some fish from you. And then once you're gone, hopefully we can keep in touch. But anyway, that's an update of my tank. That's where I've gotten most of these fish. I'm up to about 28 fish in this tank, I believe. I've got a couple females in here. I've got this female bumblebee that's actually holding her second batch of fry, and she's just about ready to spit those. And it's pretty cool having a male bumblebee and a female bumblebee in here, but I don't know how much I'd like females in my main tank. I also have this orange Obi and Buna that totally looks like a male, but has held a batch of eggs before. I don't know who the male was, but so I do have a couple females in here, but which I might be removing. I have 2 yellow tail ACIs, and probably only need 1. But other than that, yeah, I've got a great diversity in this tank. I have some fish from Pablo stock right here, this ivory head Moloto, as well as this really awesome Angara. And then that Connor hooked me up with, and that was really cool. And this redfin Borley, got him when he was just barely about 2 inches. And Connor assured me that it would be a male and would have awesome coloration. And check him out now. He's one of the stars of the tank. Also hooked me up big time on this Super Red Empress. Where did he go? He's kind of hiding in the back there. But he looks stunning. Totally terrific fish. Look at this Taiwan reef. Hand-picked by Connor. Got a little red behind the gills, which hardly ever see. And a bunch of white almost all the way to the nose on the forehead there. So really, really nice specimen. This Buccochromen spectabilis, that one is hand-picked by Connor as well. Like I said, about half of these have been hand-picked by Connor. So thanks so much for hooking it up. Awesome tank. I'm loving it. And let's see, I'll come at you next time with another video, maybe of a little bit more of my breeding setups, and I'll probably show you how I manage getting fry or eggs, stripping fry or eggs out of a female's mouth, capture it on video, how I do that, and get them in the tumblers. Till next time, hope you enjoy my videos, and I'll catch you later.